The first thing I want to talk to you is about getting that time entry from Acumatica into Criterion for pay. We've got these team timesheets. All right, so we have on team timesheets, and this brings up groups of people that you would be paying. You'll notice here that I've got 4 people in the group, and they're designated by their job assignment. You'll see here, this gentleman, Taylor Foster, is simply an electrician. He doesn't move between different levels. Okay. Now, Naomi Jones, she can move between an electrician and a general foreman. And I did set up this guy to be a CFO, but he can actually move between, foreman, team lead, and general foreman.
This is within Criterion, correct?
Correct. Okay. You'll notice here this individual, Marcus Smith, doesn't have any time in his sheet right now. So what I thought we would do is let's go over to Acumatica and sign him in. Okay, so he's signed into Acumatica, and we're just going to enter some time for him. Are you familiar with this?
Not really. Not really. We've seen
okay. Well, anyway, this is where they can enter time, and just so you can see here, this is a job I have set up. And we'll just put these in here, and then he can come over here and, enter time. Now, he could add rows to this and put in different projects. Okay, but for today's purposes, I'm just working with this one. He now has these 15 hours in. If we go back over to this right here, and I want to import time, and if I did this right, there he goes. There's Marcus Smith. He now has time entered. Okay. All right. So that was just what we just did. We just pulled from Acumatica, right? Okay. Now, you can move his time around. Okay. So here, I could change, his regular pay or whatever. I could make him a foreman, on a different job, or still keep it on that job, and so forth. And I can do all this editing here. And maybe these 3 hours should go to, foreman rather than electrician. So I'm going to save all this. All right. Let me get him out of being there. Let's put him in as a general foreman. Okay, and then I'm going to mass submit. Now, I have the option here of selecting who I do, but I'm just going to do everyone. Okay. So now when I come to payroll, I'm going to do add a batch. And so here I've got, Britain, and I'm just going to title it Britain, this batch. The batch is whatever you want to locate it by, okay? And then I've got the Britain team here. So I'll come in here and pick my pay period, which is this one right here. And I do next. Okay, it brings all of these folks in that we just saw. Okay, I am going to import their approved timesheets in. Okay, so here's everyone's time. We'll look at it just in a minute in the details, but first we're going to calculate. Notice that they've got deductions already set up, all right, and then we're just going to do calculate taxes. And if I want to, I can just view details. So you'll see union dues, pension plan, the union dues that are 5 cents an hour, I believe, as I recall. Yeah. Your insurance, the pension plan contribution by the company and so forth. And then you'll notice that it was overtime for 1 hour, okay, for Taylor Foster. And you can click through here. And you'll see this individual as well. This is Naomi Jones. Okay, she's an electrician. Okay, and then you have Malcolm Skelton, and then you have here, this gentleman was, an electrician, but then we changed those 3 hours to foreman. And then the overtime, no, he did not have overtime, but those 3 hours go at the, that 10% rate. Is that right? And so this is just really providing a breakdown of the subtotals, employee taxes, deductions, employer taxes, employer deductions, and so forth.
Acumatica before they get synced?
That's for us to determine, right?
Okay. Oh, yeah. We're confident that's fine. Okay.
And then I move into pay processing. Here's the one we just did, and it's all the same information we just saw. Okay, and just in a batch form ready to be paid. So depending on, do you do all EFTs or do you have some checks?
No, everything is
EFT.
Okay. Well, I just set up the demo to be checks, just for the sake of ease of use, so you can actually see, because I'm going to show you again what this looks like in the employee record as well. And we'll go through this, and we can blow this up a little bit. Okay. They would also notice they would have, if they have vacation, what their accrued balance is, what they've taken, so they have a balance. Give a breakdown of all their, dues and so forth in detail. Okay.
Do you build back a time bank?
I'm sorry. Everything's been processed. I can complete the batch. And what that does is it moves it out of the status of open and moves it into the general ledger. And here it is. So now I can transmit this file, and you'll see the breakdown. Keep in mind, I have a very basic general ledger set up. But you'll see the project task, cost code, and so forth.
You have a very basic general ledger set up.
We have rather complex general ledgers in use.
Okay, good.
Okay. And then I can download this. This is an Excel spreadsheet, or it'd come to it in an Excel spreadsheet, or I can transmit. Now you'll see flash up here in just a second that there's a few accounts that haven't been set up, but they'll get summarized into another account. So now let's go back to Acumatica. So now I can see here that this is that Britain 1 account batch. Okay. I can open this up, and it's broken out. All right, by all the detail that we've given it, project task, cost code, so forth. Okay. Now, we don't do anything without releasing it. So it stays here until it's actually released within Acumatica. So nothing's affected the general ledger, nothing's affected the jobs yet, or projects. Okay, once we release it, then it will update both.
Can the release...
Okay? So once I release, okay, if I go back now, you will see it is posted. Okay, if I go down to construction and look at my projects, and I come into this project, and I go into my balances, it will show you I actually have this set up as a revenue account rather than expense account. So my mistake there, but you have a negative revenue showing your updated costs.